What's up, guys? Today we're coming at you with a junk Doppel deck profile. So let's jump into this deck profile and let's see what we're coming at you with. We're running one quick draw Synchron. This is just a good card to help us to get some of our synchro plays started off and even help us to get to some of our free plays that we want to get to help us set up our synchro plays. We're running 3 quick draw Synchron. This is just an iconic card. It's just very good. Help us to go into a lot of our crazy combo plays. Once you want to save your normal summon for this guy when you got your junk Doppel or your Doppel warrior, and just get your junk Doppel plays going the way you want to. We're also running 2 Jet Synchron. Jet Synchron is good for getting the pitch out of the hand, going into the graveyard, especially summon it out of the graveyard, but also too, if it is destroyed by battle, it's going to allow you to be able to get to search your junk Synchron, add it to hand from the deck, so that's very useful. I'm also running 1 Recovery. This is just an extra level 1 tuner that's, if I can send it to the graveyard, I can pay 2,000 life points as long as I've got, 5 extra deck monsters lower than my opponent, and just be able to special something back out of the graveyard, just like a glow up bulb, and just get that extra advantage on the field the way I need it. Also running 1 glow up bulb. Glow up bulb needs to be ran in synchro deck just as long as we can play this card. This is just an all around good card. Mill one off the top of the deck, get that special summon out of the graveyard, keep going with your plays from days. We're also running 3 of our Doppel warrior. Doppel warrior is just all around good, just helps us to get all the tokens that we need since we've lost our level leader so many formats ago. Doppel warrior has been able to pick up the utility for it, be able to get those tokens where we use this for a synchro bait, and just keep the plays going for there. Also running 2 Boost warrior. Boost warrior is just all around good. It's a level 1. Also too, it's a warrior to be able to be searched out. Also allows us to be able to get extra monsters on board when we need it, and also to modulate the levels by having an extra monster on board for the special summon whenever you have a tuner out there. It's very good. Also running 3 Jump Forward. This is just a good free special summon. If your opponent controls no monsters, or if you control no monsters, just special summon this card. Very good. I like that a lot. This helps you just start off your plays and just get your plays going the way you want to. Also, same thing with Blue Mountain Butterfly. This one, if you normal summon, special summon it, so you can use this like a chain block, which is very, very good. I like that a lot. That way your opponent just can't straight up, ash you or affect Bailey or things like that, and help you get your plays going the way you want to. We're also running the 3 Neo Space Connector and the 1 Neo Space Aqua Dolphin. This is just a good little combo, just help you get to a little bit of the insight into your opponent. Also too, if you can get this play to go off, you pretty much know that your opponent, they're not going to have anything for you. They're either going to let this go and you pick out what you don't want, they don't want you to pick out, or they're going to hit this and get your plays going the way you want to. But that is it for our monsters. For our spell cards, we're running 3 tuning. Tuning is very much needed. You want to be able to get to the quick draw Synchron, be able to get to your junk warrior as fast as possible. It's going to help you mill to the graveyard. Sometimes, in my case, I always get that spell card, never what I want to see, but it happens. Also running the 1 reinforcement of their army. This is very good because 90% of the deck is warrior monsters, and that can help out a lot for getting the plays set up the way you want to. Very good. We're running the 1 Foolish Burial. This is to be able to send whatever card that we need into the graveyard, whether it be our Glow Up Bulb, our Doppel Warrior, whatever we might need in the graveyard. That way we can get the graveyard set up and get the plays that we go the way we want to. Same thing with 1 for 1. 1 for 1 is just going to help us to be able to get that level 1 monster on the board that we need. Usually a lot of times I use Glow Up Bulb, get it out there. It's an extra monster used for link material, also too for synchro material. Also running the 1 Monster Reborn. Monster Reborn is just good resource material. It's just all it is. Be able to bring back a monster. A lot of times you use it for going into Cosmic Blazar Dragon, or even just going to other places that you want to go into link materials. Because back row and control decks are such a problem for this, we're going to run 3 Twin Twister. Also too, this helps out for sending cards to the graveyard, and it's going to help us to get the plays set up in the graveyard that we want to. That way we can get our plays going too. Also too, we don't like hand traps in this deck, so we run 3 Called by the Grave. Called by the Grave, they start getting a little shady. Also too, this is good for if your opponent wants to bring back their monsters. Also too, just pick that right out of the graveyard too. Very useful. And lastly, for the spells, we're running 3 equips. We're running the 1 DDR, the 1 Living Fossil, the Divine Phoenix Sword, and also a Moon Mirror Shield. These 2 are just for bringing back monsters. Just 1 from out of the banished pile, 1 from out of the graveyard, depending on what you might need if you actually use them. We got the Phoenix Blade that just keeps coming back. And we got the Moon Mirror Shield. Moon Mirror Shield is a very underrated card in my opinion. This card is very good. Sometimes the plays don't go off the way you want to. If you do have this card in hand, it is good to equip it to a monster, and your monster is going to not be losing in battle, because this is going to always be 100 attack points higher. So that's something that's very useful if you got a glow up bulb and your opponent went like just crazy on the board, but they didn't have a whole bunch of negates. You can just start beating them over the head with that little glow up bulb, and that's funny. But that is it for the main deck. For the extra deck, run the 1 Cosmic Blazar Dragon. This guy, he just stops everything, you know, about any interaction in the game. You know, he's gonna stop all your crazy effects. He's gonna stop your summons, and he's also gonna be stopping in the battle phase if they decide to attack. So he's very useful. We're also running the 1 Clearwing Synchro Dragon. This is just to make sure we get those negates. If your opponent has a level 5 or higher, you know, tries to do battle with it, this is gonna be always the top dog. So it's very useful also. We're also running 1 Trishula. Trishula is just good for being able to just pick your opponent's graveyard, their field, and their hand apart. Just be able to get 3 of them and just banish out 3 cards. 1 from the field, 1 from the graveyard, 1 from the hand is just very useful. Same thing with Black Rose Dragon. Your opponent sets up these crazy boards. If they set up a crazy board and you get through all the negates and you end up Black Rosing them, hitting the reset button on them, it's very good. Also too, don't forget the secondary effect of Black Rose. You got a glow up bulb. If once you done use this effect, it's no use to you. Go ahead and banish it out with this card. If they got a defensive monster, drag it over into attack mode, lowers attack points to 0, run it over. We're also running the 1 Junk Archer. Junk Archer is used with the Quick Draw Synchron and the Doppel Warrior. That play is very useful in this deck. You'll be able to get the tokens on board. Also being able to set up the Soul Day play is very, very good. This is something I like to go into if I don't get my Junk Doppel play popping off the way I want to. So this is just a backup alternative. We're also running 2 TG Hyper Librarian just to be able to make sure we get the resources back that we need from doing all the synchro plays. We're also running 1 Shooting Riser Dragon. This guy is very useful in the deck to help to set up a lot of plays. He's just all around good card in my opinion. Just the fact that he's a tuner and he can, you know, be used on your opponent's turn just like Excel Synchron or Formula Synchron is very good. Also running 1 Excel Synchron. I like this card a lot to be able to send any of your Synchron monsters to the graveyard, modulate his level up or down. It could be very useful depending on what plays you want to make. Usually you want to send your Jet Synchron to the graveyard, and then that's going to start getting all your plays going the way you want to. We're also using 1 Crystron Quandax. Quandax is just a good level 4 Synchron tuner. Helps you get the plays going into your Cosmic Blazar Dragon. We're also running 1 Celestial Dumbstar Shaman. Very good card. Helps you to be able to special summon a whole bunch of level 2 monsters. Usually it's going to be your Doppel Warrior. And if you have multiple of those that you can bring back and make plays with, it's very good. Just always a reminder, just be sure that you get all of your link plays out of the way before you go into this guy, because once you go into him, you start going synchro plays. Not a bad thing, but just something you want to remember. We're also running 1 Formula Synchron. Very iconic card. Very, very good. Helps you to be able to get that instant draw as soon as you synchro summon. Very useful. We're also running 1 of Soul Day. This is just helps all warrior decks. Just you won't have this in all your warrior decks. Gonna help you get so many plays going the way you want to. I'm also running the 1 Decode Talker. Just all around good generic link 3. I like it a lot. Always gonna like it. Very useful. And lastly, for the extra deck, running 1 Skull Dread Saryuja Skull Dread. Just if you get to that last one where you get to draw 4 cards, That's very useful. Also too, being able to special summon a monster is very useful also for this deck. You help them get the resources back. But that is it for the deck profile. Guys, if you haven't already, be sure to hit the subscribe button. Also to be sure to Gallic gun that like button. Share, comment, subscribe. Thanks guys for all your love and support. We're out.